What do you do when a sewing machine stops working or a lamp starts flickering? Do you fix it or do you throw it away and get a new one? Unfortunately today, many people throw away things they don't know how to fix. And that contributes to large amounts of waste polluting our planet. There's a better way. It's called the Fixit Clinic. And we're going to learn all about it today from Shova Magar, a sustainability specialist for San Mateo County. Welcome, Shova.
Thank you, Dan.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Good. Well, let's start off just talking a little bit about the San Mateo County Office of Sustainability. So what is their mission?
The mission for the Office of Sustainability is we are committed to building a sustainable community that fulfills the need of present and the future. So that might look in a different perspective. Waste reduction, how with the Fixit Clinic, how do we reuse the materials rather than just throwing it away and reusing it. We have energy and water, where how can we switch ourselves from utilizing high intensive energy product to a low intensive energy. Climate change is a big one. We have coastal land and both the bay land, and how can we come together as a community to resolve the current issue with the climate change and move us forward.
Yeah, well, that's a passion of mine. So why don't we look maybe now specifically at the Fixit Clinic? And from what I understand that you just had a Fixit Clinic in San Carlos. What is a Fixit Clinic?
Fixit Clinic is a community-based repair event where residents or neighbors and friends come together to fix their broken item. So at these clinics, we partner a coach with a participant, and they will work together to open up their broken items and see what's wrong with it and fix it. Fixit Clinic was started by Peter Mui up in Berkeley, California, 10 years ago. And these clinics happens throughout the country. And we are on our 500th Fixit Clinic coming up soon. At the San Mateo County, the Fixit Clinic have been happening for past 2 years.
Good. Well, why do we even try to fix things?
That's a good question, right? Well, why is it necessary for us to fix things? I mean, today in this world, we have a lot of devices that we just buy it and use it for a few months and then discard it. So how can we move our society from buying and getting rid of it towards reusing it? Imagine that we have this community-based Fixit clinics where people can come there and fix their items so they don't have to buy it again, you know? Can they have their toasters alive for probably 20 to 30 years? Is that possible? Yeah, so that's the whole concept of Fixit Clinic and why it's important to have these events.
Yeah, that's a fascinating concept. So what sort of items, you touched on the toasters, but I'm interested in what other items would people be bringing specifically to some of these clinics? Can you bring a car? I mean,
yes, I wish we could bring a car. That would be a great one. So as of now, anything that you can carry and bring it to a location, that's what we call it as an item that can come to a Fixit Clinic. So, for example, we get a lot of textile. I think that's the biggest thing that we don't touch base is clothing materials, textiles.
Right.
Like, I have a hole in my shirt.
right.
I can bring it to Fixit Clinic, work with a coach, and learn how to fix it. That's one thing.
So clothing.
Yes,
Oh,
clothing is one. The biggest material that we get is our electronics devices. Vacuum cleaners, hair dryers are the big ones, and there are some light bulbs and light fixtures. We have had light fixtures. I think it was in South San Francisco clinic where we had a resident brought her light fixture that was 40 years old, and
Wow.
she worked with a coach and 2 other Fixit Clinic participants to take out whole wiring and then wire it together and have it working again. So it's anything that you can think needs to get fixed.
How rewarding is that? After 40 years, being able to fix something like that.
Exactly.
You've walked away probably very happy. But now, do people need to do anything in advance of Fixit Day with their item? I mean, they just show up, or
They just show up. Come prepared. Just bring your item. Just get ready to. One thing that we do request is get ready to tell a story about your item. when did it stop working? What was the reason behind it? One example is we had a gentleman who brought a microwave at our recent Fixit Clinic, and he told us a story about how he tried to close, it stopped working, but whenever he closed the door of the microwave, like he had to hold the door on to make it working.
Wow.
But later, it stopped working. So that gives us a sense of what is exactly wrong with the device. So that's where we said, like, come up with this like story and tell us why it's not working. That's one thing. The other thing is we encourage participants to register, so that way we have a sense of what items we're getting, and we have tools that we can prepare to fix those items and provide those tools so you can fix
You
those
didn't have
items.
to bring anything other than the item itself.
Totally.
Did they fix the microwave?
They did fix the microwave.
Good,
Yes.
good. Now, is there any kind of a fee? Because it's a lot of work involved in this, it appears.
Fixit Clinic, there is no fee for it because it is a community-based event, and the county office helps, and we have partners like libraries who are helping, giving us a space to work, and also they have their staff who are working there. The biggest one is Fixit coaches. You know, they without it, volunteer coaches, without it, it wouldn't be possible. So yes, there is no fee for it, and I think it's just a great community event to attend and learn how to fix things.
It is. And how about skills? Do you need any skills? You bring your item, do you have to have any skills at all?
We say normally you don't really need to have a skill. I think it's just having a concept of opening up an item and seeing what's going on in it. Just coming up with that idea. Maybe sometimes things might not get fixed. You know, just being ready for
Right.
that, like not having your item get fixed. So yep, no.
And you mentioned a little earlier, no tools needed, none of the material, possibly wiring or anything. That's all something that hopefully you would have to?
So with we have set of tools that we come with and set of general supplies. For example, we have glues or basic light bulb or batteries. But if your device, like a microwave, needs some sort of switch that we don't have on site,
Gotcha.
then we would request residents to, we would do some online research and see like where exactly do they sell it and get it from there.
So you could do that right on site and research it and then tell us to the individual to purchase that and maybe bring it back or something.
Great, yes, with the technology, we are so empowered to see what's wrong with it and what exactly we need and have it delivered right away or go and pick it up from a local hardware store.
Now, I know our listeners probably would be very interested in knowing more about the Fixers. The Fixers. It sounds like it's an interesting name for the people who volunteer, do they? Is that it? Or?
Yes, so I would call them Fixit coaches, volunteer coaches, rather than a fixer because they are there to actually
coach
the participant to fix their items.
Got it.
Yes, and it's them working with the participants on fixing things, and we normally have for these events, probably we have an event of 70 people, and we have coaches, 25 coaches. So what they go around, make a round,
Got it.
and what Peter Mui, the founder of Fixit Clinic, calls coaches is that they're like a doctors making rounds and giving suggestions. So yes, so they and we are always looking for Fixit coaches and volunteer coaches and to bring their skills in and get this material fixed.
Segues right into the next question about how are they recruited and what is the time commitment for a fixer or a coach?
There is not such a time commitment for a coach. We have had coaches who have been part of Fixit Clinics we have had Fixit Clinic for the past 2 years and they have been coaching all of those sessions. There are some coaches that are there for just that afternoon, 3 hours spent, 3 hour period of time. It depends. It depends on your time and we want to make sure that coaches their time is valuable and how do we adjust to their schedule.
And where do you find them? Where do you find these gems? These people are going to come out and help us fix things.
Totally. So one way is, so we've been hosting these Fixit Clinics at the libraries as of now, and we request the library to recruit handful of coaches from their community and have an advertisement out saying like, hey, we're hosting a Fixit Clinic. Would you like to help us fixing things? And you don't have to be a skilled to be a coach. You know, you could help us with registration, or you could help us with just talking to a resident and seeing what's wrong with an item. I think that's the 80% of the task as a coach, is just getting the story down and working through it.
And why is this fun to do then? Is this fun for fixers to do?
Totally, yes, it is. I mean, I can imagine all the smiles that they have when item isn't fixed, or they get to see these devices that are very rare, and a lot of things are probably pretty old, and we don't see that in current technology. So they get to play around with it and see what's going on, and how can they take that concept to their day job? Maybe they're an engineer at some big company or some companies, and maybe can they bring back the same technology to it? I think that's one thing. The other thing is that just the concept of empowering someone to fix items, you know, that the whole story behind it, and how liberating and empowering it is to see this getting item fixed.
And you mentioned that the seen items, it reminds me of the Antique Roadshow, if you've ever seen that. It's about bringing in items that you think is an antique, and they evaluate it, and they tell you how much it's worth. So that would be fun to do. Yeah, it's great. Now, this is great. Now, do you plan on having more Fixit clinics in San Mateo County? Or?
Yes, we do. So we so as of our model right now, we have quarterly events throughout the county. So we cover both coast side and the bay side. So in the past, we have had clinics in Half Moon Bay, Pacifica, or Redwood City, up in Daly City, so it all varies. And we are looking to host more events on a quarterly basis, and a resident can find out about it going to the fixitclinic.org website or smcsustainability.org website. That's where you can learn about where is the next Fixit Clinic happening nearby you.
Shova, could you repeat those again? In other words, how can people learn more about this program, those two sites?
Yes, so you can go to our website, smcsustainability.org, or you can go to the fixitclinic.org website. Those are the two locations where you can find Fixit clinics that are taking place in the San Mateo County. And if you go to fixitclinic.org, then you'll find the Fixit clinics that are happening around the country.
Well, this has been fascinating, so I really appreciate you being here. We hope our viewers go to the website and find out how they can fix those things around the house that would otherwise end up in landfill. We hope this program continues to grow so more of us can embrace a more sustainable lifestyle for the sake of our environment. Thank you for watching Take Notice today. Be sure to check out full episodes on our MCTV in Millbrae and online at Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to like and comment. I'm Dan Lawson. Have a safe day.